Tom George is there now. Tom, what can you tell us about this situation in West Macon today?
Hey, Kenny. Well, it actually just ended just a few minutes ago after almost 5 hours since 7:30 this morning, but it actually started before that. Around 7 a.m., I spoke with one neighbor who said he heard people throwing things from the house, and 911 was called, and officers responded to the house around 7 a.m., but no one actually responded at the house when officers showed up, and officers actually left. Then they got another 911 call around 7:30, and that time when officers showed up, that time they were actually receiving threats from inside the house from whoever was inside, and at that point had to call for backup, and that's kind of what led to this long scenario playing out here. And then around 10:30, they pulled a woman from outside of the house, and she's been taken into custody. And from there, they were trying to clear the scene and find out if anyone else was inside. They were treating it as a barricaded person situation. And but after clearing the house, they said there was nobody else inside, and she's been taken into custody. I spoke with a police major who said she appeared delusional and demented, and they're still trying to figure out what was going on. But at this point, they say the scene is cleared and it's safe to go back. And but in terms of what's going on with who that person was, or if there was ever anybody else at the house, or why they were called, that remains to be seen, and we'll have more for you on that later. Back to you, Kenny.
All right, Tom, thank you. We'll check back with you in just a few minutes. Tom George is there live to tell us what he knows about that situation in West Macon. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Kenny. Well, earlier in the show, you saw that there were a lot of crews here from Macon Police, and of course, media were back. But now they say, you know, it's clear, it's safe. So now I'm actually standing in front of the house where everything happened here. You can see this yellow house behind me. There's still one police car there. And they say it all started around 7. They showed up at the house. No one responded to a 911 call. And then after a second call at 7:30, they came back again. And this time, someone inside threatened an officer, and that's when this kind of a standoff began. Then around 10:30, they brought a woman from outside the house and took her into custody, but did not know who else was still in the house. And so that's what they had been working on the last couple of hours. Police told us eventually they battered their way into the house, and at one point had tried to use a phone to try and reach contact with whoever may have been in the house. But of course, it turns out no one was in the house. So at that point, after clearing the house, they say it's clear. And they're taking the woman in for questioning. One officer said she appeared delusional. They don't know why there was no one else in this house after investigating this house, but that's something that they are looking into. But again, they say it's safe, and they're still investigating, and we'll have more on that later.
All right, Tom, thank you. We'll have more, of course, at Eyewitness News at 5 and 6.